plastic. Here come the blitz, pass it. Got it on smash, put in the gas. I will not crash. Honey, y'all dash, honey, y'all dash.
All right, Coach, thanks. CA Sports coverage of the NFL has us on the west coast of the Sunshine State. Downtown Tampa's the spot, Raymond James Stadium. With the echoes of cannon blast still ringing in our ears from the north end zone, the Bucs were introduced a moment ago, and they are all set as their guys will do battle with Drew Brees and the New Orleans Saints. This will be taken very short. And they're going to have really good starting field position here as that's taken up close to the 40. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. The second-year man from USC, this is Ronald Jones. And that one goes for about 6 as he's taken down just shy of the 45. The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up 2nd down. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. This is Peyton Barber. He led them in rushing a season ago. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
Peyton Barber, a surprise workhorse for the Buccaneers in 2018. I don't think they expected him to have 234 carries, but he certainly felt like he could carry the load and just carried it there for a nice gain.
Winston now to throw on 1st down. He finds his tight end, Howard. That's complete. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40.
And with the Buccaneers' new coaching staff, you have to figure they're going to want to use O.J. Howard a little bit more this season. 34 catches, 565 yards last year, but that was in only 10 games. 6'6", 251, and can run. Find a way to get him the ball as they just did there.
On 2nd down, it's Jones. And once more, this play going in the wrong direction. The Saints get to him behind the line again. So add that tackle for a loss to the 2 that he had a week ago.
And you know what he's doing right now?
Smiling?
Yeah, definitely doing that. But he's also patting his guys on the back, his defensive front, because they're keeping him clean, meaning no one's getting to him as a blocker. He's able to run to the football, and the plays he's making, he's throwing them in the offensive backfield.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
You absolutely have to have this early on, right? 3rd and short, they elect to throw for it, and that's normal NFL football. They're going to throw on 3rd and short, but you've got to hit it, don't you?
Yeah, in the first quarter, like you said, to set the tone, can't connect there. So on trots the field goal unit, and wow, this is going to be a challenge here. This will approach NFL record territory. It's a 62-yard attempt. Two sides to every coin. This is the bad side of missing the 58-yarder. Now they start at the 48. Brees now on 1st down. And this one complete to Smith. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. The Saints 1st down there on a gain of 11.
The Saints spent a 3rd-round pick on Traquan Smith out of UCF in 2018, and what a thrilling season for him. He was the guy that caught the pass from Drew Brees that moved him past Peyton Manning to become the all-time leading passer in NFL history.
This is Alvin Kamara, who made the Pro Bowl in each of his first 2 NFL seasons. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, it's nothing but room to run.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Watch twist.
Shotgun now for Breeze. Open man is Michael Thomas. And this is going to lead to another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 16.
Come on, one thing for sure, you know that Michael Thomas is going to be the target on a 3rd down pass, and Drew Brees finds him and keeps this drive moving.
Ready? You ready? Check back 54. Line 54. Come on.
They run with a former Viking and Raider. It's Latavius Murray. And he'll get 4 there, down to about the 12-yard line.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. A 4th-round pick in 2018. Chase Edmonds with a carry. Runs through the contact. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
That's just running the ball 101 because too much east-west, not enough north-south. Got to get upfield, don't you?
They just kept stringing him out. Before he knew it, he had hit the sideline. And the Bucs with an extra defender in the secondary now on 3rd down. Working from the gun, it's Breeze. That's complete to his running back, Kamara. And they're able to corral him right around the 8, and that's short of the 1st down. Give him 6 on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down. The kick by Lutz is good. And the Saints are going to take a 3-0 lead. In the end, the opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though.
Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
This one fielded at the 5. A marker down. He does get it up past the 25. Will it hold? Let's see. So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And to be frank, they're just in a tough spot. It's only November, already eliminated from playoff contention. I know their fan base doesn't want to hear that, but that's the case. What are they fighting for now going forward?
You know exactly what they're fighting for. Is that word that some people don't want to hear, but it's pride.
Draft. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was going to go draft, but pride's better, right?
You know something? You're right, because that's part of it, but that's 2 different mindsets. That's front office mindset, draft position, where are we going to be and what do we need to get? And then the players and the coaching staff right now, pride. Can they win some games and feel better about themselves despite the fact they have no shot at the playoffs? Only one way to describe Ronald Jones's rookie season with Tampa Bay, and that's disappointing. Drafted to be their lead runner, just 23 carries on a team that ranked 29th in the NFL in rushing.
Ready? Set is the mic.
Stop your whining.
Winston on 3rd and 2. And that's complete. It's Watson. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. His first catch, good for 9 and a first down.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Ready, blue ready. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Out on the edge, you love to have cornerbacks like that can bring him down to the run game.
And you're also exposed to everyone. It really becomes a one-on-one play, doesn't it? You're out there by yourself on the edge. The best ones know how to make the play, and we just saw an example of it right there.
Back of the end zone, could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration, now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know, we know where we are right now, but the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together, formulating a streak, and the whole month of December is still left to play. They think they can get in.
And they made it very obvious to us that there's no playoff talk in the locker room right now. It's win this game and look to next week.
Excellent focus.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 12 yards there and a first down.
First down, New Orleans.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Ready. 95-56, 95-56.
Throwing on first down is Breeze. Again has it complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
First down, Saints.
Ready.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
All right, T, let's go. All right, T. Ready, set.
And lucky to get away with one there. That one nearly picked. 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10.
You can't block me. You can't block me.
Breeze to throw again. Gets this one to Hill. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. 25 yards there on the catch and run.
And when you hit him on the move like that, and he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh, boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. Breeze now already at 100 yards passing in this first quarter. It's 1st and 10. Murray. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Josh Hill with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Saints have taken the lead. Lutz good on the extra point. And the lead is now 10-3. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. This one fielded at the 5.
Let's go.
First and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. 10-3 our score after 1 here on EA Sports. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Winston, a handoff. This is Jones. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. 7 yards there and a first down.
And that's a nice pickup of a first down on that second down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
Watch a slant. Watch a slant. Watch a slant.
On first down, it's Jones. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play. Up front, the struggles continue for this offense among the line. What can they do? Change the play calling? What?
I think part of that, yes, changing some of the play calls, some screens, some draws, some misdirection. You want to run any type of a play that will influence these guys to continue to get upfield and find a way to use that against them and slip things in behind them. So some quick passes could work as well.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
It's easy to see when we review this that the ball needs to come out quicker because if you don't throw it right on the break, you bring a crowd of people into the equation.
And that's why it got knocked away there. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Jameis to throw it. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's fourth down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
At the 25-yard line.
The opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. They stay on the ground. This time it's Kamara. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
Ready.
2 minutes gone by, second quarter.
Watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen, watch the screen.
Now Breeze on 3rd down. Well, this is intercepted, intended for Hill. Picked off near the 42.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
Following the interception, Winston. That's complete to his receiver, Godwin. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. An excellent pickup of 20 yards.
Chris Godwin, the former Penn Stater, should see an increase in action and production in 2019 with Adam Humphries and Deshaun Jackson gone from the team. 842 yards in 2018, second only to Mike Evans on the Buccaneers.
And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, people say bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Winston. And he finds Howard complete. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. A gain there of 21 yards. First time into the red zone for the Buccaneers. They've got a 1st and goal to go at the 7. To throw is Winston. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They've got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
Flushed, fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Come on, Sunday. Where we go?
They'll run with Barber, and he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage with a penalty flag down. This might push him back further. That hold coming from the middle of the line, the center.
And it's difficult for him because sometimes you've got people right over you, and as soon as you snap it, trying to get your hands up and block them, you can be a little bit late getting it done.
The holding penalty, that puts them in an unenviable spot here as they try again on 3rd and goal. Here's Jones. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. He couldn't quite find the goal line, but a good run of 8 yards is going to make it an interesting 4th and goal now. Gay's kick is good. And that'll bring him back within 4. So it's an old-school extra point that counts 3 times. So it's certainly a disappointment they weren't able to get it in the end zone.
Yeah, I can just imagine post-game, head coach looking at the box score, 19-yard field goal, grimacing a little bit, but having to realize that at that moment, getting 3 points was vital. Go ahead and get the points, put them on the board.
This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started.
And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Breeze leaves this one with Kamara. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
The Bucs with an extra defender now in the secondary here on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Breeze. Complete. Smith has it. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 14 yards is the pickup. 1st down, New Orleans.
A gain of 14. 1st down.
I think that's a big pickup for a 1st down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a 1st down. Executed it to perfection. Breeze now 8 of 11 in this 1st half. He's got it 1st and 10. Now a fake on the give here as they try to run pass option. Give them 32 on the play.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. A shotgun handoff. This is Murray now. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Let's bring it. You kill. Hey, shoot. 45.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this 1st half of action.
Hey, you don't want to see me. You don't want me.
We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll send you across state to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have all the stats and all the scores from games going on during another busy Sunday in the National Football League. They call that a loss of 6 yards. And it's 3rd down now.
Count me as a little bit surprised by what we just saw there because this has been a pretty long drive, and normally you think that wears down a defense. In this case, looked like the offensive line let him down a little bit.
Yeah, allowed the penetration and the ability to stuff him for a loss. Now Breeze. He's got Smith here. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Ready. 95-56. Hey, watch your legs.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run pass option. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Ted Ginn, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. Oh, how about this? No good. Just his 2nd miss of the year. And our score will stay right where it is.
16.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Bucs take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And a first half that really has not been kind to them. A late opportunity here to maybe make some inroads on this deficit before half.
And this drive's going to go a long way towards telling us whether they actually have a chance to come all the way back in this game or not.
And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Ronald Jones, his 6th touchdown of the season, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Not a whole lot to recap on that drive. Just one play, 75 yards to the house.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. And remember, rarely is it a straight line 75 yards, too. Got to have a little extra in there. So whatever the final number is, a well-deserved seat on the bench, a little oxygen if he wants it as well.
This is taken at the 3. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Let's go. At their own 19-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are on the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if.
And this is caught. A spectacular one-handed grab there. That one good for 26 and a first down. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. Breeze now over 200 yards already in this first half. It's 1st and 10. Breeze now to throw. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. To throw is Breeze. And that's caught inside the 30. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the second quarter. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. He connected on his first, this from 41. And Lutz puts this one through. And that will double their lead as it's up to 6. So a capper there to a pretty good first half.
And I love the way that they put a chokehold on the clock and pretty much drained everything before they put the field goal on the board as they headed into the half.
This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
I'm coming.
Final play of the half here, Winston. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Set now to go for the third quarter. The Saints have the lead and set to receive the kick. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Don't let 89 go deep.
Here's Breeze. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. He'll get a couple yards on that one, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. Now Breeze. And he finds Montgomery complete. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. A pass for negative yardage, obviously no good. Maybe he shouldn't have thrown it, or maybe he shouldn't have caught it.
And I think we were seeing it at the same time, weren't we? Maybe you let that one go, right? Because you can see the lost yardage about to develop. But that goes against every instinct of a receiver. They're taught to catch everything. So it's really hard to be mad at him and yell at him for trying to make that play.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of the yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another 1st down with that run.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
You ain't doing nothing today.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Jones. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Ready, black 22. Mike is 59, Mike to 59. They can't hang with that.
Off the play fake, Winston. That's caught by Howard. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. Boy, the numbers throwing the football just not trending in the right direction. Last week he was under 50%. He's under 50% again here.
And we haven't gotten an announcement, but it appears to me that he might be a little dinged up and is just trying to play through. You know, he's one of those tough guys that wants to answer the bell each and every play for his team. That might be throwing off his accuracy.
A 2nd down throw for Winston. He completes it to Jones.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
This defense tightening up a bit. That last catch just 1 yard, making it 3rd and 9. Now a pass hauled in downfield. That's good for 28 yards. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving.
Buccaneers, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 19-yard line.
Jameis now 8 of 15 through the air, but it's 1st and 10 here. Draw play, Winston to Jones. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Ronald Jones, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And now they can recapture the lead if they can make the PAT. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that will put them on top here in the 3rd. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing now is Breeze. They complete it to Hill. 23 yards the pickup there.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
They're going to be stopped up on this 1st down run. He might have gotten back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout as there's a Saints player down here on the field. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
Hey, easy.
And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. That 2nd down play nets a -4.
Unfortunately for you, you've been around me for a little while now, so you know me as well as anyone and how I look at a game. I don't ever advocate abandoning anything. But in this case, I'm going against my own thought process. You got to change it up. You got to start throwing it around a little bit, finding ways to try and move the ball because keeping on the ground just isn't working for them.
Yeah, maybe get him the ball out of the passing game, a swing pass outside or something, just something to vary it up.
But we're used to seeing the guy that you consider the #1 receiver double covered. But how about this guy? He's double covered and finds a way to make the play for a 1st down.
That's how you increase your Madden rating, right?
No doubt about that at all. And you know something? I think we'll hear about that from him soon.
Breeze now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. From the gun, it's a run for Kamara. He's got a 1st down and much more inside the 20. Touchdown, New Orleans. Alvin Kamara. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And once again, the Saints are back out in front.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run. And one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit. But for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
Now Breeze will bring the Saints offense up to go for 2 here. Now whistles and a timeout signaled here by the offense, and that's their first of this second half. And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for two.
Yeah, let's get a sack.
Working from the gun, it's Breeze. And that is caught for the 2 points. And the formula there on the two-point try to go 5 wide, not even the option to hand the ball off. They got it.
They tried to create space, and there isn't a whole lot of it there. For the defense, what you're trying to do is make sure that if they're going to catch the ball, make them catch it behind you because they run out of space with the back line. But in this case, the offense figured it out.
This is taken at his 4. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25. The 24-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass. Defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. I would continue that, and when they finally draw a beat on you, maybe you mix it up a little bit with play action and throw the ball.
And will they maintain that balance? Time to find out. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. From the shotgun, a give to Jones. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. The Pro Bowler, Muhammad Wilkerson, brings him down. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL, and he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape. I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Play action now, Winston. And he's got a man. It's the tight end, Howard, complete. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down. Winston now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Now Winston setting up the screen here. It's Barber. He's got a first down and then some inside the 40. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Peyton Barber, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Well, he's used to running it that distance. Here he had to catch it, too, before making the run. Heck of a play for the score.
There's not many things better for an offense than a back who is a complete guy, who can run it and catch it. And we just saw him complete a big-time play for a touchdown.
Boy, hard to ask for a better game thus far. 27 apiece is our score as the kick's away. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Let's get it. The 24-yard line.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Shotgun now for Breeze. Again has it complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one covers 29 yards. First down.
And the Saints first down.
This quarterback now over 300 yards now for the game, and time to improve on that as he's got a 1st and 10. They run with Murray. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards.
Every team in the league always wants explosive plays, breakout plays, and even more so when it's your horse who's had a tough time during the game.
Yeah, not that great in the first half. Maybe he can recalibrate here in the 3rd and then carry that over to the 4th.
I like that. Recalibrate. Strong.
They go back to Murray on 1st down. And good downhill running. He's got 6 yards down to the 13.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. This is caught by Gill. Too far downfield, something those linemen have to watch out for, and that time it costs them. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Now Breeze. And this one complete to Smith. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
A field goal could get him the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on 1st and goal. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Ted Ginn with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And they are able to break the tie and move out in front here in this 4th quarter. Lutz will look to add the extra point. He missed one earlier, remember, but this time he gets it to go.
Makes the score Saints 34, Buccaneers 27.
Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. They go back to the ground. This time, Barber. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves them with 3rd and 5.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Winston from the gun on 3rd down. And this is going to be incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
Here's Bradley Pinion now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And this punt sails over the sideline, and the spot, it looks to be right at the 25-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still a one-possession game. This one not fully over yet.
Ready.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
You're not ready. You're not ready.
Here's Breeze to throw. That's complete to his running back, Kamara. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10. Well, probably the only thing he did wrong there was go out of bounds, nursing this 4th quarter lead. You want to stay in, eat the clock.
Yeah, you got to love the effort, the catch, the extra yardage, but you got to know the situation. Stay in bounds, young man.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
I got you.
A 10th carry for Kamara. And some room to maneuver. There he goes left side. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Alvin Kamara with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. Lutz to try to add the PAT. And it's no good. It has not been his day. That's the 2nd extra point he's missed so far. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But hey, listen, there's something that there got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. A gain there of 21 yards. 4th quarter, every drive's so critical, and you figure they only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the 2nd touchdown. You got the 1st one for the 2nd one to even matter.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Last play, they went over 20 yards. This time, they topped 30. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. Play fake. Winston. And he fires one that's intercepted. A.J. Boye with a pick. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line. They're down here in the fourth, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration. Not a good play.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking
Latavius Murray. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Latavius Murray with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. Lutz will look to add the extra point. Now, these have been no picnic for him so far. He's missed 2, but this one is good. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we've got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you've got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah, will they make up for it? Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. On 1st down, it's Jones. And forget that 100-yard rushing game, at least for the moment, as he'll lose yardage here and fall back under the century mark for the game.
Ready, flag, 22, watch the run, watch the run, watch the run.
They'll go again to Jones. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. They'll try and run for it with Jones. And Jones is not going to have the 1st down as they stop him short. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it. Get the 1st down. Close it out.
No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. They'll try to throw now. Winston. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. Another incomplete pass there. What do you take from this game offensively?
Well, you know it's tough to really analyze for them because it is a team game, right? And let's be honest, though. The defense did them no favors in this one at all. Offense actually moved the ball. So, bottom line, film session, defense, it's going to be a real tough one for them. Offense, they'll get a little bit of praise.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Winston looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Josh Jackson. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. Both defenses have had their struggles, but they've been good enough to get them this lead, and another nice play there to help preserve the lead.
It's been a game of punch-counter-punch, hasn't it? All throughout. But this time, the big swing was taken, and it didn't land. Nice play by them on defense.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in, because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They go with Murray again. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. 10th carry of the game now, Murray. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. Here's Thomas Morstead now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Yeah, that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once we were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want?"
And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. Cameron Jordan, that is one he will remember. It's sack number 85 of his great career, moving him past Hall of Famer Howie Long on the all-time list. Now, they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21. This is Jones. And just not much to be had there. 1 yard out to the 10. Not the start to the drive they were hoping for. That run doesn't get them much at all.
No, not at all. And that leaves them with 3rd and long, which means you've got to dial up something pretty good. Think your best player with a play that he likes to run best.
And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it.
Flip it.
One last shot now for Winston. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Saints, they keep pace for a playoff spot as they move to 7-3, and they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Buccaneers, add another loss to the pile as they drop to 2-8 now on the year. And they'll try to turn it around next week as they head to Atlanta for a matchup with the Falcons. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.